Let go.
The music's not so loud this time. Maybe I'm going deaf.
You are.
Could be.
Welcome to my world.
Humanity. It only brings back the shit I had to deal with today. Today was a loaded, jam-packed day, but it started out, which is the focus of what I'm about to say, is going to the doctors.
Here we go again.
Your yearly checkup.
Here we go again. What's my weakness? Go to the gym. All right. So, it's another Dudes Like Us moment. It's August 6th, 2024.
August. Shit.
Yeah.
August.
Fucking crazy.
Yes.
Mr. Producer's in town.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.
We have a ton of shit to talk about, and this is the first half, and it's a little jam-packed. I apologize for being a little delayed on this. You guys don't know it. You're not impacted by this, but we are.
Yeah. Sean had a gala to go to.
Yes.
We did,
A
and
boondoggle.
you know,
Yeah,
you had a
boondoggle.
friend that went out of town and came back and gifted you a bottle of whiskey from a
She
certain
did.
place.
She did. We'll be talking about
And
that.
we're going to talk about this in a little bit. I'll tell you what, it's not a very high proof one, but I tell you, just kicking out the initial drink, I'm liking it.
For the low proof that it is, it has
It's a
decent
very-
flavor to
yeah.
Are
it.
you guys pulling a teaser? Is that
Yes.
what you guys are
Yeah,
doing?
that's
Is
what
that a
this up.
teaser?
We're going to talk about the
Get 'em all
the
excited.
selection that
Get them
we're
all
gonna talk
juiced
about a
up.
little
Get them
bit.
juiced up and wet before it hits.
Oh, dude, my nose is wet.
Wet?
Well, wet like sweaty.
Throbbing?
No.
Mm.
Well, maybe.
Swollen?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
So I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk about my doctor's visit today, and I had very,
Engorged.
very, very good news.
You're still a male?
He didn't have to shove his finger up my bottom.
Did you say still a male?
They have to
I've
check for
been
that.
asking.
He didn't have
I've
to.
been asking.
He didn't have to check my prostate this time. I don't know what the deal is. He was like, you got a full physical. I was like, yes, Mr. Culpepper, Dr. Culpepper.
Because you had a colonoscopy last year.
Maybe
Yeah.
you were too eager. Maybe
No.
you jumped in there and ripped off your pants and,
Oh,
and,
dude,
and
I
bent
was-
over the table and you were like,
I was
okay,
up.
doctor, give it to me.
You're
I
just
was
gaping
up.
it. You're just
Yeah,
gaping.
you're like
He's
flexing.
like, I'm not quite there yet.
And he's like, you know what? Not today,
I'm gonna check
Sean.
your junk first. you
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was able to skip mine because I had a colonoscopy the previous within the 6 or 9 months.
There
She's
was
like,
that,
yeah,
but
you just had that.
he had mentioned some numbers, and I kind of listened to him, but I didn't really understand what they were talking about. He said that guys our age should be, the average would be a 1.0. Now, I'm not sure what that's referring to. It's referring to something about your prostate.
Like the size of it,
Maybe.
Maybe
You have
he
a
didn't-
tiny
like
prostate.
a walnut, like it's one walnut
I'm not sure.
Little, tiny, cute little prostate.
or a pistachio,
Maybe a Brazilian nut.
Brazilian nut. Yes,
And he said that yours is better. That number is better than 1% of America.
So, well, what he said is, the average for my age is a 1.0. And he said mine was a 0.6. So I was doing very well. And that he could pass because this was a little chart that he had. And it was like, it was going up, but it was like, he was like, you're nowhere near the up where we need to be concerned. He's like, don't worry about it. You're going to get your, whatever. He said next
colonoscopy.
the next
the next
check?
inspection,
Oh my
which is next month
The
for
next
you.
anal-
How often
the next
you get
anal
it done?
probe.
I'm not getting those like
So
that
you get
anymore.
it done quarterly.
No, what is it called? God damn it, I got a brain fart. The thing I just did today.
The physical.
The physical. God bless.
I want to see that chart. Is it like a chart where it's like there's no finger, and then a tiny bit of the finger, and then a
Just
little
the
bit
tip.
more of the finger, all the way up to the whole arm and fist?
It's rated on knuckles.
It's like
so it's
4
like
knuckle.
1 knuckle, 2 knuckle, 3 knuckle.
And you were
hand.
right above needing any finger.
I was like, sir, I have been my whole life like
I've been
with
protecting
a
my
foot up my
prostate.
ass. So yeah.
I've been protecting my prostate. It's been wrapped in bubble wrap.
Now look,
You spray stuff up
all
there.
in all, my
good.
things are great, man. I'm
I
enjoying
got-
it.
I went
I
to-
just tried turning that down. That's what happened, Mr. Producer.
I went to the doctor the previous week and had all the panels and all that stuff, right? And all my shit came back great. Cholesterol's
Nice.
low. Everything. Glucose was perfect. Liver, perfect. Everything.
What
So I
about
was
your
like, I
calcium?
was like, score. She's like, your calcium is perfect.
Were they
She
concerned
said
about
everything. She goes, I got them downstairs. We can look at them.
Were they concerned about low alcohol levels for both of you?
Yeah, she goes, yeah, you're not quite as pickled.
So they're like, we were hoping you would drink a little bit more.
No, so I was very pleased. Blood pressure's good. She may even wean me off of the blood pressure medicine.
That is huge news.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Considering everything that's going on, that's huge news.
How is your blood pressure? Ever taken?
You know what? Funny you mentioned that.
You're taking that stuff, right? B10?
I haven't taken that.
Oh my God.
However, my blood pressure. So I informed the doctor because he was like, "Are you taking your blood pressure every day?" And I was like, "No, I'm taking it twice a week."
Okay.
And he was kind of like, "Really?"
And he looked disappointed and wrote something in your chart.
No, he looked disappointed. Then he looked at my chart and he was like, "Well, your blood pressure is 120/84." Okay, well, there's merit there. When's the last time you took your medicine? I was like, "I'm supposed to take it when I get back." He was like, "All right, so this is on the downside of 3 days, and your blood pressure is this good?" I was like, "Yes, sir."
Oh, that is good news.
Yeah. So you know what? It's not, and he says it's very rare that people will, include yourself, because obviously you fit in the same category, that will go back on not taking your blood pressure medicine.
Yeah.
And it's like it has to do with discipline and being diligent about your diet.
You got your diet about no salt, right?
Well, whatever it is. I mean,
that's good too.
Well, I think it's also Sean has lost weight. I've lost weight.
Yes, that's a big part of it. Cardiovascular health.
Yes.
Yeah. And I got my trampoline.
You still been using it?
Every day.
Yeah.
Yep,
you know, I bought that treadmill, the walking treadmill with the raising desk. I did it today. I walked and worked for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You should do it all
sing
day.
like little
I should do it some more.
Work your way up to it.
Yeah, I'll work my way
first
up
day.
to it.
I'm like, I'm doing all day.
You know what's funny though? I was like, at work we have this vitality program, and you can record the number of steps, and you get all these points. And I was like, I'm going to get a shitload of points. The problem is I'm not getting any steps because I wear my watch, and my watch is holding my mouse while I'm working, so my arm's not swinging.
Put it on the other hand.
Put it on your ankle.
Well, no, I mean both are. Well, that's what somebody said. I was like, I don't have skinny ass little ankles. Come on, my watch is not going to fit on my ankle.
Whoa. It doesn't fit. It doesn't get that small.
Yeah, that's true.
What? Oh, on my dick.
Yes.
Oh, like a dick watch.
Yeah, you got to be nude, so it kind of bounces.
First half of the episode.
Well, you're the drunk one, not us.
So check us out.
But think about it. If I'm helicoptering, I can get triple points.
Look, guys, let's take a little.
It flies.
Yeah, a little moment of clarity. We got.
I'm getting 20 steps to every real step.
Check us out on Instagram, dudeslikeus-podcast. Check us out on dudeslikeus-woodcraft. Also, Facebook has the same stuff, guys. Check us out. We have merch available. Jeff is diligently producing fantastic stuff.
Yeah, he's
keychains,
working that machine.
Oh yeah,
do you see the American flag downstairs?
Yeah, American flag.
I knew you were working on it.
It's done.
The one with the 52 stars, right?
Yeah, it had 52 stars.
I took them.
I shouldn't have counted. I probably made you feel bad.
Well, like I said, Washington D.C. and Puerto Rico.
I counted. I was like 52. I was like, wait a minute.
I know.
That's going to really suck.
Yeah, he sent a picture. He was all excited. Hey guys, this is what I'm working on, and I was like, why are there 52 stars?
Yeah. Well, it looks good, man. I'll tell you, it does look good. It's an inch and a quarter thick. It's thick wood too, man.
Yeah,
I did that. Inch and a quarter.
I did that because it's a larger flag, and I didn't want it to start bowing on
Oh,
me.
it needs integrity for sure.
So.
It's good.
Well,
Fantastic job on it.
You've got that down, man. You've done what, like 4 or 5 of these now?
No, I've done more than that. Yeah, I've got a process down, so
That's excellent.
it just takes time. You got to wait to shit dry and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, I mean, ripping the boards is once you get the length.
That
down, it's
reminds me,
pretty
I've got a couple
Sure.
extra clamps that I could bring over. Wood clamps.
Cramps? Oh, clamps.
easy. Some cramps,
Oh.
Yeah, they're larger than the ones we have. It would help, especially for flags like that.
right?
Yeah, those big red ones I have. Bring those back.
I had some big ones. I don't know what happened to them.
They probably broke. Probably got them from Harbor Freight.
I did.
If your sons were anything like my sons, whenever I visit them, I'm like, there's my
that's
shirt.
where-
There's my pen. There's my this. There's my this. There's my that. There's my this.
There's my
true.
cup. There's my cup.
But these are really these
it's
are
unbelievable.
These are like 5-foot clamps. I'm like, why would they need those?
Oh,
That's the ones I have over at my house.
Are they blue?
No. Oh, you're missing those?
Awkward.
Yes.
Oh. No, these are the red ones.
No. All right. Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
That's strange for that to be misplaced.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those hang in a particular place.
Yeah, they're not like stuck under something.
All in all,
No.
there was for being in the mid 50s. I was excited about going to the doctor, and I'm telling you, for those guys out there, there's dudes like I said that struggle with this. We struggle, we do, and it's about discipline, and it's mind over matter. There's different stuff that I do. I'm about to start a different thing. I was fasting. Like I wouldn't eat dinner, or I wouldn't eat food for Monday all day. So I'd eat dinner Sunday, and I wouldn't eat again until Tuesday morning. I'm going to scrap that program. The program worked; it was successful. I would call it a success.
Yeah.
But there is based on the feedback that I got from a couple friends that are currently doing a different style, and that was backed up by the Dr. Culpepper today, because Dr. Culpepper said he's doing it. So what he's doing is basically he gives you there's a window that you eat. It's basically 6 hours.
It's intermittent fasting.
That's what that is.
Ah.
It's just you pick your 6 hours and you just eat during that
and
6
you
hours.
gorge. You just absolutely gorge yourself.
Well,
2 whole pizzas. And
I'm thinking no, but I mean
5 pizzas.
But the
let's
thing-
go! Ding, 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 ding.
yeah, it's like one of those hot dog.
I've only got 6 hours.
Whoa. Nobody
was-
makes that noise.
Oh, that was
Oh, they do for a reason.
that was a
but
ballpark.
That's that. Whoa.
that video.
That's the worst video ever.
Yeah, that was funny, man.
Oh, yeah.
I about blacked out laughing, man. That's fantastic.
It was unexpected.
I wish we had
That's the whole thing, right?
I wish we had video on this so that we can actually show that. But so you know what? Look, the dudes like us out there that struggle, there is light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the day, it's about discipline. It's about you. It's about you taking it serious. Period. You know? And our Mr. Producer's kind of looking at me like, yeah. Guess what, bitch? You're going to be this old as one day as well. All right.
Yeah, but they don't think about it until way later.
No, neither did we. Didn't think about it either.
Something has to happen. That's true for us too, right? Something has to happen for us to get our attention, or something has to happen to where there's something we want to do that we can't do anymore, and then suddenly we're like, "Damn, I need to lose a couple pounds, or I need to, There's usually some sort
You
of
can't reach and clean your taint very well.
That's a big one. That's number one, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Use
number
the
one.
wand.
Taint inaccessibility.
Yes.
It's a
So
formal.
I haven't reached that point yet.
No, I haven't either. I'm just thinking that'd be a step.
Well, hold on.
So you can't see
Let's
your
be real.
taint rings.
So there are some times where I have a difficult time putting on shoes.
the gut gets in the way
Well, it's not just that; it's just uncomfortable.
because
to
the gut's
bend
in the
over.
So
way.
you have to roll around on the floor and kind of
It's just
awkwardly.
because I can't. My body can't contort that far down. So, but now it's better. But there was a time I was like, God damn.
Well,
this
no, I
is
tell you,
horrible.
I was the same way. When I was at my heaviest, it was hard. I could still do it, but the gut got in the way. Your
Yeah.
stomach was in the way, and
I have big
compressing
poles
it.
attached to the heels of my shoes, and I just grab the big pole and pull it onto my foot.
yes.
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that shoehorn. But one of my kids got me an extended shoehorn. It was like 3-foot shoehorn.
And my dad had one
Oh,
of
it's
those.
just wonderful.
So there really are one of those things?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was joking.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've got one. It's next to where I put my shoes on. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Do you have the things that you could just put your heel in and they'll pull your shoe off for you? My dad had one
I
of those
do,
too.
but I don't need those yet.
You put your shoe in there and it kind of clamps on your shoe. And
It's designed more for like boots, but
Boots.
You can use it for regular shoes.
Well, they
I've
make
yet
it
to
for
use
shoes too. Yeah, they have like
There you go.
Yeah, the medical. Yeah, there's the big old shoehorn. My dad had one.
dude, that is a lost tool. Meaning people don't. I don't think a lot of people do. The younger generations use this? Hell no.
Well, not
Well,
yet,
who?
because
They
they
don't
can
need
fucking
it.
bend over and put their shoes on.
Apparently, our producer does use this.
Well, actually, they don't give a shit either because they like squash their feet in the shoes. They damage it. They don't care. They don't pay for
Right,
it.
they just, and then just wiggle the foot until the
Hey, I
thing.
need a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just give me the bird? Oh, do you? All right, well,
He's old school.
producer excluded.
You actually are an old soul in a lot of different areas, so I can see that. All right, what else we got?
Well, so the doctor and exercise and the trampoline, and you know what else is going on? Harris had picked our new vice president today, Mr.
Walls?
Tim Walls.
Walls.
So, and it's apparently
Walls.
it's being panned.
Walls.
Obviously, it's going to be panned by the right, but it's even being panned by the left
Well, apparently
because
this
they were
guy's-
like, you were supposed to attract people from the moderates, and this is more left than she is.
Well, look at Minnesota. It's a
It's a
mess.
shithole,
It's a
man.
shithole right now.
And Shapiro was from Pennsylvania. They need Pennsylvania, right?
They can't.
Yeah.
He's Jewish,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's Jewish. They hate Jews.
It's
That's
so
right.
fucked up,
and
man.
you can't.
And this guy
they have a-
Walls, I mean, this is the stupid motherfucker that was wanting to put tampons in the
No, he
fourth
did it.
graders' bathrooms.
I believe he did that.
I mean, what the fuck is he thinking?
He also wants to give driver's license to illegal aliens
I wonder why.
because
Yeah.
there's a little checkbox on there:
That says
register to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Crazy. Yeah, that's just a ploy to steal votes, right?
Well, that's their angle. So you know what? It's just look, and he may be a nice guy. I don't care. He can go fuck himself.
Well, they're trying to pan him as the Mid-America values, Midwestern values.
Dude,
Midwestern.
that couldn't be further
he's the
from
heart
the
of
truth.
Midwestern. You know what? He's not. So what else is there? He joined the military. Did you guys know that?
Yes, he was in the National
military,
Guard.
And they were about to send him overseas or somewhere. They were going to send him to Iraq.
And he got scared and said no.
He backed out.
You can't do that, can you?
He quit.
Oh, he just quit.
He quit.
Is that the same as draft dodging?
I don't know what the deal
Well,
is.
how
but
long was
quit.
he in though? Because if he had served his
4 years.
4 years,
Well,
you could quit at any time.
Yeah, he's allowed to decline.
I don't know those
deployment.
details, but the thing is that he was in the service, whatever it was. He was being sent to Iraq, and he quit before he went.
Actually, I think that's incorrect. I think at the end of those 4 years, you re-up for another set of
4
or 2.
Yeah,
or
it's not. Yeah, it's not like you just. It's
Yeah, you can do it
month
anytime.
It's
Right.
month to month.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
what's wrong with that? I'm
But
sure there were
but
some
JD
military
Vance,
guys.
he went over to Iraq. He didn't say no. Strange. And he was in the Marines.
Look, I mean, there's no comparison, and you know, it's just I got to give a shout out to Josh. What's his last name?
Shapiro.
Josh Shapiro. You know,
He said
he's a butt nugget, but he had a great performance tonight with the when
Oh, I didn't see this.
this was happening on the earlier today. I mean, he spoke very well. I mean, he was
For what? Why did
there were
he-
like 10,000 people. I've never
It was
seen
a
a
rally.
Democratic rally set up like this before. He was out there
It was
promoting
like
Harris.
it was like a Trump one.
Because Harris was going to jump
Really?
out there. She was going to announce and she was going to speak. And he went out there and paved the path for her, man.
I mean, there's no denying that there's excitement on the left right now because of, because they don't have Biden anymore, right? They now have Harris. And now Harris is, I think they're all kind of being full of shit about being as excited as they are about her.
I think that's going to wear off.
It will.
Because
Once we start hammering them with the truth.
well, she doesn't have to give. She can hide
She's
for
going
90
to.
days.
She's going to hide the entire
And
time
it-
because anytime she opens her mouth is not good for her.
right.
So she's going to do the same
Because
thing.
nobody can stand the way she talks.
Remember, Biden did it and it worked,
Yep.
right?
He
So
did.
she's going to do it because it works.
Yep.
I mean, there was a time when that was not acceptable. You couldn't not have like 3 debates. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They at least have 3 debates.
At least 3 debates, and everybody was really interested to hear the issues, and they were really interested to see how they handled each other and handled the questions.
And now it's
Now
he's a jerk. I'm not going to give him the time of day.
No, they're weird. Oh, JD Vance is weird.
Yep.
Really? That's all you've got?
Yep.
That's what we're reduced to. It's
Yep.
like idiocracy. We're literally just stupid.
And
Yep.
the crazy thing is that it's just another magic word. It's weird was a magic word that all the broadcasters started talking about. And
Yeah, isn't that kind of
being,
odd?
Wall says the new word is now the Midwestern, the heart of the Midwestern area. Man,
Just show all the meme with you're weird, but all the purple haired wolf people on the liberal side.
That's what they did.
Yeah,
It was so great.
Yeah,
It was like they just started pulling up all these things from the left, and they were like, "Yeah, JD Vance is weird." They're like, "Yeah, JD Vance is weird. Look at that."
Yeah, you want to have sex change for minors,
Right.
Yeah, JD's weird.
all right. So what is this? You guys put a Robbie Starbuck on here. What was that all about?
Well, Robbie Starbuck is I don't know if he's a reporter or what the hell he is. But
I'm not sure what he is either, but he's the
he-
one that's kind of whistleblowing.
Yeah,
I guess.
he's big on Twitter, and he's kind of investigating these companies. And he investigated John Deere.
Oh, here we go. He's a filmmaker and activist. Okay, yes, and I think he's sniffing out companies that are woke.
Correct.
Well, especially CEOs. Go ahead.
Correct. And he got John Deere, and John Deere
Jumped on it.
jumped on it.
They
and,
squashed it. Yeah,
and undid some things.
in a good way.
Yes, in a good way. And
Yeah, they said, "Oh, yeah. We didn't know that was going on. We shutting it down."
yeah. And then now the new one is Harley Davidson,
Unbelievable.
and they're doing some ridiculous things, talking about another Bud Light where you don't know your customer.
Even worse.
Yeah. And I saw some footage of the
Even
Sturgis rally, which is going on right now. And they drove by the Harley booth or area, and there was hardly anybody in there. They said typically that is packed
At Sturgis.
at Sturgis.
Wow. Dude, come on. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got to go with Indian. That's what I did.
So Indian's probably going to see a resurgence. And
Dude, look, I'm not saying Indian's bad or good, but you didn't do that because.
No, I did.
Shut the front
I did
door.
it because I like Indians.
yeah, they've been around. They've been around. Just as
I
long
was
as
deliberately
Harleys.
avoiding Harley Davidson.
Daughter feather.
Not because I think I was avoiding it simply because it's like that's what everybody does. So I was just kind of researched Indian and I thought it was it's older than Harley Davidson,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
And it's like, through and through American. Of course, so is Harley Davidson. But anyway.
Well, what the issue is their new CEO is from Germany, and he is a climate activist. He's an eco warrior.
Great.
Hi, my name is Klaus.
Close. And
Your carbon dioxide is destroying my world.
and he said
It's so fucking
one of the
stupid.
things he said, and we may be able to find some of the quotes that this guy has said. It's either the CEO or a board member for Harley. I think it's the CEO. Said that he is a climate Taliban. He's going to be that type of person.
Oh, that's great. How proud.
He called himself that.
That's great.
So he's gonna like do guerrilla warfare on what, like large companies that produce a lot of.
No,
So does that mean he's gonna go to China and start destroying them?
No, think about Taliban. What do? They
They're-
oppress, right? The Taliban don't let women. They can't go to school. They have to wear all the, they have to cover themselves head to toe. There, no music, no
yeah,
dancing,
but how does that translate
no drinking.
to the
Meaning
climate?
he's going to go ugly. He's gonna be.
Yeah, but if he really
ugly
wants to
in
go
his-
ugly
in
and he
his
really
pursuit.
wants to make a mark on the world, then he needs to address China because China is the number one. China and India actually are the
Yep.
number one. Those are the
Correct.
guys that are causing all the
Correct.
pollution in the world.
That's
Hong
true.
Kong, where do you get your shit? Your rubber dog shit's made in fucking Hong Kong.
But that's the way I took it, though. He's going to go oppressive.
Ah,
Right,
fuck him.
right.
He does not going to do anything.
So
Go
Harley
fuck himself.
Davidson, keep an eye on the stock. Although you have BlackRock and Vanguard and all them trying to, they'll infuse
Prop him up.
and prop them up so it doesn't
Yeah.
look that bad. But
What do they call that? Short selling?
I don't know how they do it. But
Dude, but how about the market? Wow.
Whoa.
Before we move on to that,
Holy
Harley
shit.
Davidson, I watched a video on it, and there's many Harley stores closing.
There are. Even
not,
like in the
not,
Dallas
because, not
region.
because of this. You're saying they were
Some of it-
struggling already
yes.
to begin with.
No, some of this because they said Harley is trying to push out these legacy owners who aren't subscribing to the new culture.
Oh, this is
So-
going to destroy the company if it really
Yeah, there's one in
if they're
California.
really serious about it. It's not going to.
There's one in California who'd been there for 100 years, just closed.
Yeah, I can promise you, manly men. I mean, this is the symbol. Like we thought Bud Light was a manly symbol, right? Harley Davidson is a manly symbol. And guys are not gonna. These dudes
Says
that ride these
Harley
bikes are
Davidson
not going to
sales
deal with it.
plummet more than 40% after announcing the DEI initiatives.
You know what? But then I saw on Snopes that this is not true.
Go woke, go broke. Hold on, scroll up. Scroll down.
This is
Yeah,
all
this is a
stuff.
fact check.
Yeah, go down.
Is it true or not?
So in August
Labor
2024,
satire.
Harley Davidson sales dropped more than 4%
satire.
after that company labeled satire.
It's
So
satire.
It's rumor spread online.
Not true. But it could gain steam. I mean, look what happened to Bud Light, man.
Yeah, but do we even believe Snopes anymore?
No.
I mean, I don't believe any of these fact
Yeah,
checks. Who the fuck are they? Because they're a bunch of freaking bought pieces of poop.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
they tried to gain some credibility with that whole few good people on both sides.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this
But that
just
didn't
recently
work.
came out, so they're not going to be able to. They're not going to report their sales until the quarter. So
Oh yeah, it's too early.
once the quarter ends in September, if they're on the physical calendar, they'll that's when you're going to see it.
Yeah, it's too early.
Because this just kind of broke the end of July. Yeah, Robbie Starbuck Cruise, that's Harley on July 23rd.
How so interesting. So I guess he's not doing anything like who are those people that do those underground cameras?
Project Veritas.
Yeah,
and,
so he's not doing stuff like that. He's just researching these guys, and
Yeah.
they're very public, out in the open.
correct.
This is what they stand for,
Yeah.
and he's being vocal about it.
Yeah, and I think he's getting the internal presentations and communications and shit like that.
Unbelievable. I mean, I wouldn't even think it's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk You talk about really not knowing your customers.
Yeah.
And John Deere is almost the same level.
Well,
farmers. Farmers. Are you kidding me?
Robbie Starbuck posted like 2 hours ago on X, formerly known as Twitter. I think it's hilarious that Tim Walton's framing Republicans as weird when he thinks that women can have a penis and men can get pregnant. Oh, and he put tampons in boys' bathrooms in every school in Minnesota. You're the weird guy in this election.
No shit.
Yes.
Per his post.
Agreed.
Yes, I think that whole weird thing's going to come back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just...
You're weird for what? For having American values, family values?
It's juvenile, right? I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, and if that's all they've got, they're in trouble.
I heard something on the radio. It's almost like there's a early 20s social media team who got bullied in middle school running their campaign.
Right. And they're getting back.
And they're like, he's weird.
Right?
You know? It's like a young kid term.
I know. It's silly.
It is. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. You know what? It's going to work itself out. I don't even know. Honestly, if I felt there were going to be fair elections, I wouldn't even be concerned about this. It's just I don't trust the elections.
I don't either.
And when it comes up time, I mean, they're already talking about it. He wants to push the illegal people that are here for voting. Get your driver's license, get to vote. I mean, This is just nonsense. It's just nonsense. And what the hell? I just hope that certain people wake up.
Right.
And it's never going to happen. But you know what? I think part of us need to wake up too. I mean, what part? I would like for some Democrats to call us out. I mean, show us some sides of the Republican that are bad. What about Republicans are bad? I mean, what is it that we want to cut out certain things that we're not going to fund anymore? We're not going to fund Sunday night fun for certain communities to go and bowl.
I don't know. I mean, I think they definitely do. They definitely do the same thing that the left does, which is take things out of context. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I'll watch a speech, right, or see the live footage of something, and then I'll read, the Breitbart article on it, and I'll be like, dude, seriously, that's not what they said. That's not what they meant. I watched it. Don't be doing the same shit that they are. You know what I mean?
Well, we said on the last podcast that we need to play as dirty as they do.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, even Josh Shapiro during his rant today, which it was highly energized, but even during his rant, he's saying false stuff. He's
about banning books.
Yeah, it's like the banning books is like, dude, they're not banning books. It's so stupid.
Right. They're taking sexualized books out of the libraries where little kids could be reading them. Yeah. Come on. Let's be real about what they're talking about here.
But they're not. They're fucking.
They twist it because no one's going to fact check it.
Because it's a soundbite.
It is.
It's an easy attack.
And you keep hearing it. Oh, they want to ban books. They want to ban books.
Yeah, they're taking us back to Nazi Germany where they're burning books. Shut up.
Right.
So dumb.
Right.
But you know what? People believe in it. Yeah. I have coworkers believe in it. I'm just adults. I just look at them. I'm like, what? You really believe that? And they're like, you really believe that? I'm like, we're done. We're so hopeless. It's never going to get better.
No. So when do preseason football games start?
They already have.
Well, the Hall of Fame game already started.
That was last week.
Last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it this Thursday? Thursday, 11th. Friday.
Cowboys play this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
So this Thursday, Friday, I think there are some games. And there are some games on Saturday and Sunday this week.
Yes.
Very cool.
No, I know. I'm excited.
They'll play.
This is officially week 1.
Yeah, they'll maybe play one quarter of the starters.
No, not even.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Few
it's kind of exciting, getting the fever, get it going, and get the old fantasy football stuff pumping.
And it does get you excited about your team because you're watching the guys that are the future, right? I mean, or the people that you want to make the team, or who's going to make the team. I still enjoy watching my team when they have the preseason games.
Right.
I don't tune out. It's like, oh God, it's some scrub or whatever. I want to see how they do.
Sometimes I do, like in the late third and the fourth quarter, where it's just like,
yeah.
And the football is not as good.
Oh yeah, no, it's clearly.
I'm just
then they really get to the bottom of the barrel, giving somebody who has a long shot to make the team,
right,
giving him some time.
Then they cut him after that game,
or during the game.
Damn, you're done. Yeah, which is unfortunate because all those guys are good because they're there.
Oh, they're all amazing.
They're all good. They're all better than 98% of everyone else.
I know,
but they're just not quite good enough, and it's unfortunate.
Have you heard about the new kickoff rules?
Have you heard about the new kickoff rules?
I've heard that there are new rules.
Sorry.
Dude, it is wild. I watched it during the Hall of Fame game.
For an attempt to not get people hurt?
Do they use like a crazy ball and it bounces everywhere?
Yeah, so check this. So the defense, the kick.
It's an 8-sided ball.
God, how does this work? Okay, the kicking team is on the 40-yard line of the other team, on the receiving team.
Do they have like weapons and implements?
It's like jousting.
Yeah,
yes.
like a joust.
Please look that up, please.
And they have pole arms.
NFL new kickoff rules.
Maces.
And they're required to scream like banshees as they charge each other.
So what is it? So they set the ball on the 40-yard line?
Well, that's where the guys line up, on the 40-yard line. It's relatively a short kick. And then the kick, they have to put it within a zone. It has to land within like 1 yard, these 2-yard lines.
So you have to be an accurate kicker.
Yes.
And if you go beyond that, what happens?
It's really interesting. Maybe we can.
There's some merit to that. So they kick the ball, and you have to kick it within this certain area.
Yeah, play it. Go ahead and play it.
What they're trying to do is trying to stop these guys from getting a big old head of steam and just plowing people over.
All right, let's see what this is. Click it.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. They're actually on the 35-yard line. So look at that. It's so crazy. So nobody can get a full head of steam. That's a perfect way to phrase that.
Yeah.
So they line. It's almost like an onside kick, but they're farther apart than that, and they have to land it within a certain zone.
So you can't do onside kicks anymore.
I don't know what they're going to do for that
because the kickers
are
way
too
back
close.
Here. No, they're way back for one thing.
Yeah,
they're way back at the 30.
The kicker's way back, and then they have to drop it in between two zones or two.
So this is the XFL. Are they adopted what the XFL did?
Yes, basically.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's exactly like that, but it's really close.
All right, so the kickoff team blockers cannot move until the ball hits the ground.
Do the Hall of Fame kickoff, because they've already played it. They've already done it.
So
Hall of Fame game kickoff.
I'm okay because, man, some of those guys
get blown up, man.
Just get destroyed.
Yeah, I'm not against that either. I think that we need to do something because that is exactly right. Because they've got fucking 50, 60, 70 yards to run, and by the time they get down there, bam, they're going to level somebody. So if you shorten that time for them to get that impact, that's
there you
okay.
Go. All the way on the left. There you go. Let's see that one.
Do we have sound?
Sorry, this video is not available. What the hell?
Bitch. Well, there's Mariah Carey though. And make sure the computer is recording as well.
Oh yeah, it is recording.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's going to be interesting, this kickoff thing. I think it adds a little kind of new excitement to it. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm kind of curious why we don't have sound.
I don't know.
There's nothing playing. So.
Oh yeah, there's no video at the moment. Anyway, let's see what else about the NFL. Nothing.
I haven't heard too much. Actually,
been quiet.
I get little updates of the Cowboys. I get little updates of the Bengals.
It's kind of funny is I see some memes about there was Dak and there was CeeDee Lamb where they're doing AI where they start talking shit about Dak's like saying, yeah, they're gonna give me fucking paid. Have you ever seen that? Have you seen those memes?
Oh yeah, they're very well done.
Yeah, but I wish we had audio. We can hear it, but anyway, so they had CeeDee Lamb saying it, and they're just talking shit. It's like they need to pay me, and they're doing the little lip sync thing. It was freaking hilarious.
I think CeeDee Lamb needs another season to prove himself. Personally, he had a really good year last year.
Okay, so what is he? Is he? This is second year or third year?
This will be his fourth year. Right?
Fourth year. Okay, all right. So but he's been consistent. No.
Well, he had a good year last year.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how I don't remember how he did.
Especially in that first playoff round.
Yeah, I did smoking.
Yeah. Sorry, I shot at Cowboys fans there. Anyway, let's see. Oh, then we got the fantasy football coming up. Oh, which, by the way, I need to send out to the team that you're making the brisket. I know you kind of made it sound like I'm making a brisket.
Oh, whatever.
But you're making the brisket.
Is that enough? I think is that enough food, you think?
Oh, really?
Brisket?
12 guys. 12 large guys.
Well, 11.
Bad guys.
11. One girl. She might be coming in person.
Gross.
Wow. Don't say it like that. That's gross.
Now it's a party.
Yeah. No, not a party.
Bum, 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 bum.
Anyway, so yeah, we have the fantasy football coming up. It's going to be interesting with a new player. That should be kind of interesting. Oh, don't forget we have to do that new trophy. Shit, I'll take the lead on that. We're going to do a new trophy. Remember, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Jeff was brought up the idea of
Do you think we should call it the Blues Trophy? Or should we call his name out?
I think we need to do Bane.
Think so?
The Bane Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
What, or is it the High Points?
Yeah, High Point Award.
Yeah. The High Point Bane Award.
Yeah. Okay.
Go Bane or go away.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take the lead on that. I need to remember that.
Well, we have an engraver, so.
Well, we haven't really tried engraving.
Hey, man. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have audio now.
That's nice. What was that? Was it a little coffee grinder in the back?
4-hour classical music for relaxation.
There's two coffee cups and a blanket in front of a fire. Is this the beginning of a porn video?
There's going to be some thrusting later.
What do you got there, Mr. Producer? Is this one of your favorite collection ones?
This came straight out of Mr. Austin Producer Sounds Archive.
Oh, look, it says it's number one in his list.
It does. 4 hours of classic music relaxation with your little beamer.
Intimate.
All right, so did you guys get a chance to watch the Olympics at all this
Oh, yeah. I've been watching it every night.
Yeah. I missed several days because of the weekend, but man, we watched last night. It was great.
I missed the pole vaulting thing. Did you guys watch
last night? Yeah.
No, that was a decathlon pole vaulter, I guess, who just has a huge nick or
the one that knocked the bar off with his junk. Yeah, I've never seen the video on that. Can you find the video on that, Mr. Producer?
I just showed it to my wife. She's
the
like,
pole vaulter. Just put in pole vaulter big junk.
Yeah. So for those that don't, those sheltered folks out there, you know, the dudes like us, we didn't really go out of our way to find this. It found us. But this guy was, you know, pole vaulter Anthony. What's his name? Anthony Ammirati.
Oh, I have not seen this. This is going to be really funny.
I wonder if they're actually going to show it or just little stills.
No, they got little stills of it. They don't show anymore. You got
get the fuck out of here. Show me a video on this. Mr. Producer, find a video.
Junk is like cranking out on it or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh my.
See, they didn't show it.
Yeah, well, they have to. We have to find a video on it because I guarantee there's a video on. Oh God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going all out on this one. All right, find a video.
Look at us. It's all zoomed in right there.
Well, you're not on video. Click on video.
Harley Davidson pole vaulter hits nuts.
Oh boy! All right, let's see here.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
2024.
No, it's not that one.
Not this one. That's definitely not the Olympics. I don't know if there's any mountains.
It's this one here. Pole jumper gets hit. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Hitting the nuts.
Why is it this mainstream? Do they fucking pull it? It's none of those either. 2024.
I found it on Twitter. YouTube is problematic.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It should be really, really easy to find this.
What is the deal with this?
Oh, this is retarded. They're censoring it for some reason.
It just happened, for crying out loud.
Wow. I mean, the whole Olympics thing. This is another reason why I don't want to watch it. You know, it just I'm so sick of the bullshit drama that goes on there. Yeah. So there's some video of it.
Is this it?
Well, that's a different view.
Yeah.
That's not. Oh, there it goes.
Well, whatever.
Oh, I thought it made him knock the bar down. You're just saying.
No, it does.
No, it did.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
That can't feel good either.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I guess there could be worse reasons for knocking the bar down.
Yeah.
Well,
good for him, right?
I told you, need to make sure you put that thing away.
I bet he's
gonna get you in trouble someday.
He may get some nice sponsorships from condoms.
Trojan.
Oh, no. That's horrible. Oh gosh, that's funny.
I guess it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Why are we? All right, I'm done watching all this.
Yeah.
Sorry, where this
there, finally. That's it. Finally, they showed it.
And it bounces.
Oh, well, we missed it. Oh, it's in the back of this?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. All right. Well,
it was whatever. All right. So his junk knocks down the bar. But what else? Anything else from the Olympics that was kind of eye catching? How did the gymnastic girls do?
It was good.
What is the goal ratio? What is the medal ratio?
We're kicking ass.
Simone Biles got overall gold. She's good. She's extremely.
If you're talking about the overall medal count, we're killing it. We're like 75% 75, 76 versus the next one's like 40 something.
Well, it's more than that because we're starting to win the.
Well, the golds we have 24 golds. We have 31 silver, 31 bronze, and we are in number one position. So we have 24 gold. Republic of China has 22. The next one down, Australia has 14. And overall, we have 86 medals. And the next one below is China with 59. So United States of America is in the lead across the board.
Yeah, we're doing great. I mean, we did great in swimming. We did great in gymnastics. We did great in track.
Speaking of track, long-term running, long-distance running, there was some weird scenario. We're not going to even attempt to find it because that's a fucking train wreck. But, but there was some, an African country. I don't know which one it was, but there was, there were these two guys. They were running, and there's a China guy behind them. And these two African runners allow the China guy, they even hey, come in front of us, to allow the Chinese guy to get ahead of them.
To win?
To win. I mean, I don't know if to win first place, but they beat them too, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe that was part of the deal with their, Belt and Road, what is it? Belt and Road project that the China government is doing all over the world.
For cobalt mining?
Oh, it's called, you guys don't know what I'm talking about?
Cobalt.
They come in and they do infrastructure projects, and they basically... They don't bankrupt them, but they make them beholden to China forever. And it's called Belt and something. I forget what it's called, but anyway, maybe that was part of the condition is let the Chinese guy win the race.
Could be. Well, I'm enjoying the Olympics. My wife and I are watching it. We're watching the evening time, which is the condensed version, so we can get through it pretty quick within about an hour. We don't want to watch the things we don't want to watch.
Yeah, because we were watching gymnastics during the day. I guess when it was actually happening.
Right.
And the time between when they finish and when they get their score was painful.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? What's taking so long? And then I realized we always watch the Olympics at night, every single Olympics, and it is condensed. So, anyway, it's been exciting, though.
Yeah, it's been good.
I enjoy it. Did you see the men's 100 meter?
Yeah, that's, I know he won. Noah Lyles won.
Dude, he won by a thousandths of a second.
No, he was, they had to get out of the third number because they actually tied.
Yes, thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But what's crazy
when you see the finishing numbers, they're the same.
Yes.
But because they only go to the hundredths.
Yep.
So they went to the thousands.
If you look at the photo finish, the guy's foot is actually crosses the line first, but it's actually the chest that they measure who crosses first.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
So if you look at the picture, the foot is way out.
God, it was so close. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that was exciting.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I was going to ask you another thing. So the pole vaulter who won the gold,
I have a problem with this.
Okay, I was going to ask you guys if you had a problem with it. Sean, I'd love your opinion about this as well. So this guy was born in Louisiana. Completely 100% American.
Went to LSU. Still going to LSU, or maybe he's done. I don't know. So he is 100% American, but his dad. No, it was his mom.
I thought
his mom pole vaulted or competed for Sweden.
Right. So he's going to compete for Sweden. I guess out of respect for his mom or honor for his mom. But dude, that's not Sweden. You're not a Swedish athlete. No, you are an American athlete.
Right.
And I don't get it.
I have a problem with that.
I have a problem with it.
Born here, raised here, 100%.
Yeah.
Does he have dual citizenship?
I don't know.
Probably ought to check that, because if he has dual citizenship, then maybe.
I tell you what, he's got a smoking hot Swedish model girlfriend. That's for sure.
Oh, there you go. That qualifies him.
Yeah. So maybe we should just lay off him.
Yeah.
He's doing something right.
He did.
And he didn't hit his junk on the bar.
Yeah, well, because she owns it in her pocket.
Oh, she's got half of it already.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Look, these Olympic athletes, they're all
amazing,
well manicured. There's these guys, women are
well manicured.
I mean, they're fucking work out all the time. They're just cultivated. They're just cultured, or their bodies. They just fucking. It's just
you're not
nonstop.
talking about their junk,
their pelt.
Oh, dude, I don't give a fuck about that.
I thought you mean their groomer. All
right, so there was another girl, Luana Alonso, and she was some sort of. She got disqualified.
Yeah, what's the story behind this?
Was she strolling around nude or something?
Apparently she got kicked out because of inappropriate behavior, and then she came back and said, "I did not get kicked out because of inappropriate behavior." So she created an inappropriate atmosphere with her behavior. She's from Paraguay.
But I don't understand.
She's a swimmer.
I don't. Well, no, that's a different one. That's an American.
Yeah. No, this is she's from Paraguay. There we go.
Alonso.
The real reason glamorous Olympic swimmer 20 was kicked out. All right, let's find out what this is all about here.
Swimmer was told to leave after officials said she had created an inappropriate atmosphere with her behavior.
Stunning 20-year-old blonde.
Yeah, but the stunning 20-year-old blonde who lost her event on the first day of competition had been seen walking around in her own choice of outfits rather than the official kit. So if you scroll down a little bit, Mr. Producer, so what the deal is, I'm not sure if this is an exact photo.
Hold on. No, that's not. She wasn't walking around in that. She was also seen spotted socializing with other athletes and was said to be distracting her teammates still competing.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, so in other words, she was all being sexy as a person.
Oh, and she's also being pulled back by her team, not the Olympics. So this is the Paraguay Olympic team was like, yeah, you're causing a problem. Get your ass back home. Interesting.
Well, you know what? There's something to be said for that.
But she's also trying to probably
boost her social media.
Yeah, sell her brand, right? I mean, there's a picture of her. She's freaking knockout.
Yeah, she's attractive.
Her abs are kind of floppy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are her abs kind of soft?
Really?
I'm joking. God, they're freaking iron tight. And, oh, wow. She is kind of super pretty. Her got big lips.
I wonder if they're injected.
They might be injected. Anyway, you guys know how it is, right? In the Olympic Village, it's like an orgy. Apparently in what was the Olympics where they were handing out, they had a basket of condoms.
Yeah, there's a bunch of condoms they were handing out.
Right. They're just like, hey guys, fuck everybody you want to.
Well, they're all
have some fun.
All in shape athletes.
No shit.
Who have been locked in a room or just training, who now have some free time to bone.
No shit. How do you think like the shot put guy feels? He's like, hey, how you doing? He's like 400 pounds. I mean, strong as shit. Don't get me wrong.
Actually, he's not fat. He's 6'7", just a big dude.
Really?
Yes. The guy who won, Krauser.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know anything about him.
He's not a fat dude. He's just big.
That's awesome. That's cool.
I'll tell you what, it's very tasty.
What are you doing?
So,
oh God,
we had
This is his intro to the Hawaiian bourbon we're drinking.
We had a neighbor that went to Hawaii, and she brought back some whiskey. So this was an attempt to play some Hawaiian music, but that didn't work out very well. So.
Wow.
Anyways,
is it a bourbon?
It is a whiskey.
It's a whiskey.
It's a blended whiskey, and it's a Paniolo.
Paniolo from the
Paniolo blended whiskey, blending mainland tradition with Hawaiian history. Paniolo whiskey is a combination of the world's best whiskeys with exceptional island ingredients.
Oh, it's a blend.
Yeah. So Halemale Distilling Company is a craft distilling utilizing the local Maui ingredients to create quality spirits, sustainability, community, ohana, and integrity of ingredients and practices are our brand values. Our goal is to deliver products that consumers can trust while impacting our environment in only positive and nurturing ways. Halemale Distilling Company is located in the heart of Maui's Pineapple region, upcountry Makawa, Maui. Our goal is to create a Hawaii in a bottle and share aloha with the world.
Paniolo whiskey experience. Very nice.
So what's it say about the Paniolo, which I believe is cowboy?
Cowboy?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Ooh, it's Hawaiian for cowboy?
Yeah,
Correct.
so this one's only 40% alcohol volume, 80 proof. The blending mainland tradition of Hawaiian history, the Paniolo whiskey combines bourbon with Maui gold pineapple. The pineapple's distilled in neutral to allow for an extremely clean and smooth whiskey with notes of brown sugar, caramel, and sweet corn. So the sweet corn, and you know what? We need to talk about the trip to Denison.
We did.
To Ironroot, yeah.
To Ironroot. Because I'll tell you what, they're talking about the sweet corn thing, and that kind of like really brought
Before
my
we
attention.
did that, let's finish up with Paniolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but
gotta
still,
show some respect.
But still, they're saying the sweet corn, and then I'm bringing attention to both of them at that point, because when you say sweet corn, people are like, yeah, it's just sweet corn, it's corn sweet. No, man, there's a lot of fucking corn out there.
I had no idea.
I had no idea too, because we
400 varieties of corn. Is that what she said?
Yeah. And we need to find the purple one.
That's insane.
Yeah, well, the one with high protein and stuff like it with density
The
like that.
antioxidants and the
That's the stuff we need to be eating.
I want to see a purple crop. That would be cool.
Yes.
That's what he said.
Well,
He said the entire plant is purple.
well, they grow it here in the States somewhere.
Well, they grow it there within the.
Near Denison.
Near Denison somewhere.
I need to go. I'm going to go on a motorcycle ride and go find it.
Go steal some.
Oh,
How about that?
Why don't you steal a couple stalks?
On my Indian non-Harley.
There you go.
All right, well, what do we think, guys? It's like you said, it's 80 proof.
It's.
right,
I find it kind of a dessert, kind of fun, and it's.
I drank it too fast. Let me get. Yeah. I'm gonna get
Did
another.
You shoot it.
I did not shoot. Would you like another little pour to get just for the nose and
Just
the
for the
taste
record, this is my second drink.
Yeah, but
All right, I'm gonna give you a little bit, and then you and I are gonna do the nose and the whatever correctly here.
Well, hey, Paul, just take half of that.
You have like 4 ounces over
Paul,
there.
take half of that. Seriously.
Oh, yours?
Yeah, because I did.
God,
that's my
what'd
second.
you do there? That's a 4-ounce pour. What are you doing? That's good. Wow. Ooh, I like it. Okay, here we go. All right, the nose. What do we have in? Jesus. What do we have in the nose?
What do you got in the nose?
Lots of fruit. Lots of fruit. They said pineapple, right?
It's not stone fruit. It's pineapple. So you got maple.
I don't taste pineapple though.
Well,
I don't smell pineapple, but I smell fruit.
There's
That's kind of
sweetness in
weird.
there.
It's
Oh wow!
You definitely
It's got
smell
a
the
great
caramel. You got sweet corn, and you smell the brown sugar too.
Yeah, there's definite sweetness on those.
Very
It's interesting.
very smooth finish.
It's a very simple taste.
Yeah, it is a simple taste.
It's light, and because it's 80 proof, you can get away with it. You can drink a lot of it. Like this stuff right here,
Yes.
you can. Like
You
shit.
could.
I just down that. And there's something to be said about that. That kind of puts this in the same category, almost a TX whiskey. I think TX whiskey is a little bit hotter, though, right?
I don't know. We'll have to look.
Yeah.
We have one out there. I think it's 90 proof, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll just have to try all of them tonight. What do you think?
I got to work.
All of them.
Right, every single one. That one's like this one. Oh, get that one too.
No, but I think this is tasty.
It's tasty, yeah.
It's not.
I like
for
it.
80 proof, there is more to it than I thought there would be.
Yeah, I was kind of excited, and there's a good reason why. And I think it came through. It was exactly what I expected. It was a nice Hawaiian treat. If I were in Hawaii, and I would pick that up, and I would be happy to drink that. I would sit there and drink glasses of it.
Yeah, do they
Glasses,
make anything
plural.
else?
Dude, we drank half the bottle already.
Almost.
When you say we,
Yeah.
Go back to that distillery, Mr. Brewster. Do they make any
You
other
drank half of mine.
bottles? What's their product?
all right, let's
They
see
only
here.
have one.
So that's
Just one, huh?
Oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, the nice little logo there.
All right.
Just the Paniolo blended whiskey, 750 milliliter bottle.
Do you know the age by
It's
chance?
on the bottle. It says at least 36 months.
Okay.
So it's named after the Mexican vaqueros or cattle drivers
Oh,
who
there
were
you go. They made some
brought
other
to
things.
Hawaii
Oh, they make
after
these other
Captain
things, yeah.
George Vancouver gave cattle to King Kamehameha the First. These vaqueros embraced the
Can you-
Hawaiian tradition.
Can you put their
Kamehameha.
products back on the screen for us?
That's Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
No.
These vaqueros embraced the
Okay,
Hawaiian
that's-
tradition and became known as Paniolo.
Oh,
Enjoy Paniolo whiskey, the spirit of the Hawaiian cowboy.
So are we saying they have a vodka and a rum and a gin and this whiskey?
Interesting.
Well, the rum is infused with Kona coffee
Ooh.
Fucking Kona.
and a variety of extracts and aromatics.
Ooh.
So basically,
it's fake.
Yeah, it's got fake shit.
It's also a body oil.
yes.
Especially ours right now.
Oh, no, that's later. It oozes out of your pores. That's not the same thing, Sean, by the way. That doesn't count as a body oil. That's something that smells wonderful that you put on your body, not
All right,
something
so
gross that comes out of your body.
Let's look. This can't be a fair. We're gonna have to rate this, but it can't be. This is gonna be a fair rating. This needs to be a category all by itself because this is a specialty.
Because it's a 9.9, right?
Well, no, not even close.
I'm
I mean,
kidding.
it's.
I'm going to go with enjoyability, just like I
Yeah,
do against other stuff we have.
I'm not even going to rate it. I'm just going to say it's a fun thing to have. I'm glad we have it. I enjoy tasting it. It's not something I'd be like, scoff at. I'd be like, that was fun. And I'm glad we got it. It was excellent.
Yeah.
I would say it's excellent. It's excellent for exactly what it was for.
I wouldn't mind rating it for just is comparing it to other ones. I'd give it about a 6.3, which is respectable.
I was going to go 6.5.
It's respectable.
I that's why I didn't want to rate it because I'm like in the 5s.
Well, all right, that's what you need to do.
And it's not because it's just a different.
You hate Hawaiians. We get it.
It's just different. It's just different. It's in its own category. It's not in the same thing.
I know what you mean. We almost are getting to the point where there are different categories that we can assess, right? But I mean, we're not quite there. But
it's just like the buttercream wheat that he was just vomiting on. But we were like, "This is great.
No, this is great.
Awful.
It was very rich.
I didn't like it at all. But I hate butter. Anyway,
you don't get butter on your popcorn.
But no, I don't ever. That's actually a good question. I do not.
I don't think that's real.
I don't either.
Though. That's oil.
It's not even. It's seed oil. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Let's talk about our tour.
Oh yes,
the Denison Ironroot. So
very interesting story.
I'll tell you. First of all, the mom came out.
Yes.
And well, first of all, let's walk through the whole process. So, ladies, the dudes like us fans out there, all two of you. So we've got we went to the Ironroot place, but on the way there, this was a Saturday excursion. We're kind of like, all right, let's get this going. Blah, 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 blah. So Friday we go out and we're like, and Chuck's with us, and we're heading to the Total Wine, and we're like, all right, we're going to Total Root tomorrow, and we're all on board. Yep. I called Chuck in the morning. He's like, I don't remember any of that. It's like, oh fuck. Dude. So he was out, and that's fine. Shit happens. It's not a big deal. But so we go get lunch, and we're like, all right, cool. We got everything timed. We're eating lunch, and then Jeff and I drove in one car, and then Paul and the family drove in another.
We all had the time set at. We're going to leave at 11:30.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly timed.
Yeah, yes. I didn't remember.
And so
everyone agrees.
No, that's how it started. That's how it started.
So
you sent the text.
I took my phone and I was like, Ironroot Distillery, and I put let's go. And Paul goes in there, 331 to Shabak Boo Boo, and he ends up in fucking South Texas somewhere. Dude, I don't know where the fuck he went.
It made me so mad.
Well, I was kind of like, I was like 158, and I was like, really?
and when you did is when we were scrambling back from wherever the fuck it sent me. I mean, that's the thing. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, first off, I thought we picked a restaurant that was close by. That was odd to me that I was 10 minutes away.
Did you go to Haystack?
No. God, I was so pissed. And Alan was like calming me down.
He was like, common denominator here.
We're going to get there. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I was like, I got so frustrated because you can't fucking trust Google Maps. And I've gotten to the point where you put in an address and you expect it to tell you where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
And it did not.
They do redirect you sometimes.
I'm gonna say I use Google Maps a lot. I have to trust Google Maps a lot, and I've got an extremely high success rate.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, so I see a common denominator here with some of the errors that's going on. No. I'm not saying it's you,
dude.
I'm just saying
I looked at the
maybe
address.
It's your phone,
and I typed in the address.
You did say that you need a new phone.
No, I have a new phone.
So we can't use that as
an excuse.
Righty then. So
yeah, and my phone didn't get banged by my junk, so that wasn't it.
So, anyways, Paul finally the group finally shows up. So we're all sitting there.
We're like halfway through the presentation.
Oh, you were not.
Oh yeah,
we were 5 minutes late. Which
here you go, guys. Here's your 10th sample. And Paul, they show up. Like, what's going on, guys?
You didn't start sampling until the end of the tour.
No, that was the second sample.
Oh, really?
So we show up and we wait for Paul. We go into the main room and they're like, we're not going to start that once here. And then she starts talking about a bunch of stuff. I'll tell you what, the Ironroot mom. Okay,
it's a family. Yeah, it's a totally a family-owned deal.
So look, this just to an overall synopsis before we dive into this whole thing. The most informative tour I've ever been on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, period.
He went into a lot of detail, especially the son.
When we were listening to the fatty acid esters from Maker's Mark, that's what we had in the past. We're like, what is FAE? What is that shit? And they're like, oh my God, we got all these different gradings and stuff. And you really kind of feel like, what the fuck? Here we are, bourbon enthusiasts, and we have no idea what the fuck this stuff is. And we still didn't. And then we were listening to that explanation that the son gave, where he starts talking about when you have these large vessels that you've got 1,000 gallons in, or however much is in there, and it's homogeneous. So when they pump in all the flavors, they pump in all the grains and all the barleys and whatever the fuck's in there, it magically will compartmentalize and separate it to different things. And so each layer has its own different
temperature.
Well,
yes.
temperature,
but
it's
boiling. Steam it. Yeah,
it's
all different.
Boiling temperature. Yes,
and each little section has its own different acid levels. So it's like a different ecosystem in every section. So it was kind of interesting to figure that out. Oh, that's what that bottle meant. It took like that. The bottle basically meant of this 1,000-gallon tank, you have this 4-inch level that they basically siphon out that 4-inch, and that is one barrel. That's incredible to me.
Well, so they talk about the hearts, right? That's the heads, the hearts, and the tails. And he did actually the best explanation of what that even means. And that's kind of what you were describing.
Yeah.
Where they are literally, there's things when the distillation process starts, there are things that they want to get rid of, like the nasty ethanol. Yeah, exactly.
Stuff that makes you go blind.
And
kill
yes,
you.
Yes. And luckily that boils off at a different temperature. So they start the process at that temperature, boil that shit off, get rid of it, and then they move on to the next one. And that's what they call separating the heads, the hearts, and the tails, right? So
right. And they also,
it was really fascinating.
I also found it interesting how they said the real art is when you dip into the tails and how far you go into it, because that's where a lot of the esters are,
right?
The flavors,
yes,
that you typically wouldn't get if you just cut them off, right?
Right.
So you have to dip down, and you have to be smart enough. You have to know, all right, I need to go this deep for this long,
and that's totally experimentation.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I went for 10 minutes, and it was perfect.
And that's what they talked about. These two brothers that kind of do it together. They do all the master distilling,
right?
And they're all over the place in terms of what it's like a lab to them, a really super fun lab.
Right.
And it's all, that pot still is manual. When I asked the question, is this fed into a computer that has profiles and the computer controls the temperature for a certain time period? And he's like, yeah, no, it's all manual.
It's all these chains
I was
in
like,
the back.
shit. Because I bet you 1845, all computure controlled. They have that panel.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure.
So it's the same way there. They're both the same. And I say it like this. So it's not, when you say manual, there's timers. So you basically, they have a control. So at 1845, I don't know if you noticed, they had the big tall still.
Yeah.
And in the center, they've got this large panel that's not there. Big control board.
Right.
There's a control board that's not there. They don't have that control board. So it is manual currently at 1845.
Okay.
So it is the same way. But ultimately.
But Ironroot has a pot still where 1845 was a column still.
Stills, yeah.
So there's a difference there.
But they do have a pot still.
No.
It was in the box.
I don't.
No, I've got pictures of it. There's a pot still. When you walk into the big room on the left in those big wooden crates,
right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
They were wrapped in in plastic, and they were about to install those.
You're right.
They were huge ones, just as big as that. And they were like, we got to pay these guys, $250,000, to be able to, we were talking about, it cost a shitload of money to get stuff.
That stuff's handmade. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a cool little tour. What we didn't get was, a lot of the tours I've been to where they have the mash. And granted, they're bigger operation, and that's why they're able to do this in their tours. But you go up on a scaffolding, area.
You look at it,
and you can, you look at the fermentation tanks, and you see when it becomes like like the cornbread crust, right? And you can even dip your finger in it, and you get to taste it, and
it tastes good.
Super cool. It does. Yeah, it's super cool. And so they didn't have that because their fermentation tanks are enclosed with the tubes at the top.
Well, plus we're sitting in the middle of their distilling room.
Oh yeah, no, it's tiny.
Yeah.
No, it was a tiny little operation, which was great. But let me ask you a question. I wanted to ask the question during the tour. So during the fermentation process, right? So that's when they take the grains. Well, first off, they take the grains and they boil the grain, right?
Right.
And then they add the yeast.
Right.
Right? There's still, like I was saying, is cornbread on the top of it. So when they drain that tank, the fermentation tank, they're filtering out the solids, right? They have to be.
Yes, and then all those grains they feed to the cows.
Okay.
Hold on, but that's not like the initial thing.
Yes, the initial.
Once you got your mash bill, you drain all the liquids out of it.
Yeah, and you filter out anything solid.
Right.
And then that's what you pump into the multiple stages of distillation.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I wanted to ask that question, but I was going to ask them, how does that filtration process work? Because they had hoses coming out of the tops of the filtration tanks, and I thought that was a little odd to be.
So is that called the mashing
pumping
portion? Yes.
Yes.
The mash.
So the mashing portion is first, and that's where
fermentation.
Like you said,
yeah.
That's where
the next step is the fermentation.
They grind all of the corn and the wheat, and they grind it into almost, I don't want to say a powder, but
Yeah,
like
powder.
fine
That's
grain.
exactly what they do.
And then they add their water, and then they heat it,
Yes.
stirring it all the time, and it cooks.
Then it
cooks,
goes into
and
the
it cooks.
distillation process.
No.
Then
Fermentation. Then it goes in the fermentation tank.
You throw the yeast in there.
Mashing, fermentation, then distillation.
Right.
Correct. Then
And then they do the
aging.
And then they do the multiple distillation, boiling at different levels. We talked about the heads, hearts, and tails.
Yeah,
Right.
that's where they separate the fatty acid levels.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Right.
come up with their different myriad of things. I thought is kind of cool. Where, first of all, we saw the Celt barrels there.
Yes.
I'm hoping when Stan gets back from the middle, wherever he's at in Asia, Stan's going to hopefully jump on our podcast from the Celt. Hopefully,
Right,
we'll see what
that'll be
happens.
fun.
He says he was interested in it. But the cool thing was I saw a couple barrels there that the Celt probably purchased. They said the Celt on
Didn't
there.
you ask him about it?
I did. They said it's for them. It's their barrel. So I'm like, holy shit, does that mean they're just going to sell that there, or do we get to buy a bottle? So I'm buying a bottle no matter what it is.
Yeah,
hopefully.
They were very interesting that they like cognac and they're doing all this different stuff.
So that's interesting you bring that up.
And they're trying different things.
That's the whole premise. So they basically, these bourbon, these folks, the whiskey guys, they're at the Ironroot. They took their whole process based on cognacs and brandies,
right?
And the concepts there. They went in.
They learned from a French master distiller.
And they came out and the French came out to their place and said, this is what, gave them some advice. And they went out there and learned some processes from the French cognac distilleries. And they came up with this idea and this concept of let's take what is important in our region and put it into the barrels. And that's why we're talking about the corns that were so local, which was so huge because they had blood corn, they had purple corn, they had all kinds of, they had like 4 or 5 or 6 different corns that you've never even heard of. Frankly, I never even knew they had that many corns.
Yeah, and he also talked about just the history in general of grapes. Right, grapes first.
Oh yeah,
and
talk about wines.
How freaking complicated that is.
Well, apparently Texas saved the wine industry in the entire world.
That's what he was claiming.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because
that guy there in Denison grafted European grapes onto Texas roots, which would allow them to
make them hardier,
which would allow them to survive the aphids
which wiped out Europe.
Yeah, wiped out California. That's where they grafted them first.
Mm-hmm.
The California was successful there. And then he said that when the steam engine came along, the aphids were able to live and make it over to Europe, and they wiped out Europe.
Yes.
And they couldn't grow anything, so they came over here and got the Texas roots grafted onto the European grapes and replanted them over there.
So that's another reason why Texans can give the finger to France. Huh?
That's right. We saved your wine.
We saved their freaking wine.
I didn't want to say anything about that. I was kind of like, France doesn't have a huge rep with the Americans. I'm like, fuck France. I was like, hey, you know what? Fuck you and your fucking French shit.
We saved your wine. How about that? Anyway, but it was fascinating. And then he moved on to corn. And
hold on, let me go back and kind of correct that because I didn't want to slam that because I don't feel that way really.
Right.
I mean, part of me does, but I didn't feel that way about the Ironroot folks. I mean, they're just coming up with a fantastic brand, and I have a lot of respect for what those guys do. And we had a great time. Their product is superior. It really is.
It was good.
Now we have in our collection a bottle of Saint Sally.
We have a Saint Sally, and I think we have either Prometheus or Harbinger.
Yeah, I did not realize that they did Saint Sally. I had no idea.
Saint Sally, is a blend of several different distilleries.
Right.
We didn't really have a high rating for the Saints Alley based on my recollection.
No, I think Stan recommended it to you, and you got it, and we were. I think our outlook was too high for it.
Well, I think what was going on is that it had some smoked peat in it, and that's kind of one of the foundations of a couple legs of the whiskeys that they produce, which is fine. I mean, now I think I have a better appreciation for it, but during that time, I was kind of like, you know what? Not so much of a fan, but I like now the things I tasted there, even though I was hung the fuck over.
Yeah, you about shit your pants all the way home.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so horrible.
Hey, and you wonder why we took 2 cards.
Hey, did I hold it?
He did. He goes, "I am your best friend ever."
He's so you're because you're taking credit for being awesome because you didn't blow shit into his car.
And I was like, Sean, at this point, if you let anything out, it's going to be a mess. He's like, it may be worth it.
Because you were struggling, huh?
It was tough, man. I had that I am hungover shit. And I had already processed twice. I've already purged twice for the day. That would have been the third one. By the time whatever.
I think the sphincter was kind of going.
It was shaking. It was like a fucking head Parkinson's. It was just.
So I gotta tell you. So Dylan went with us, right? And Dylan's not a bourbon drinker, right? And so we got to the tasting part, and he's like, the first 3 were all Ironroot. He was like, they all tasted exactly the same. I was like, no, they didn't. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, did you turn around?
He was just shaking his head. He was like, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Because he's a vodka drinker, right? So and then he got to the next 3.
With the cognac blends and the ports.
Then he was like, okay, that's different. I like that.
So what did he think of their vodka then?
He liked it.
Yeah, the vodka was actually good.
It was very unique tasting.
Yeah, it was good.
What did they make it out of? They made it out of corn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're big corners.
Corners. Yeah. Anyway, it was a very. I gave it credit for being the most informed. I mean, I've been to 6 distilleries now. Yes. I am a connoisseur. But it was the most informative when it came to the distillation process. They usually just skip right over that. Quite honestly,
they don't want to tell you all the secrets.
We sampled the Ironroot Promethean, Ironroot Harbinger, the Grayson blended bourbon,
which we've had a bottle of.
All 3 good.
Saints Alley Port and Cognac, Saints Alley White Port and Cognac, and the Saints Alley Herald.
So I was
and then the vodkas.
I was kind of
vodkas. They were good.
I was kind of indifferent on the Saints Alley. I mean, I wasn't.
I thought they were good.
I enjoyed the first 3 more than I enjoyed those. Let me just put it that way.
Right.
And that Grayson
but
Texas
I'm a bourbon guy, right?
whiskey was good.
They also had a Bloody Mary mix.
Yeah, it was like barbecue sauce style stuff. That was pretty tasty.
Was different.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, I liked it, period. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, it was thick.
It was very
Drinking
thick.
it as is, I would need it to be in a mixer, but all in all, it was good.
Yeah, but and shout out to the mom and the son. But the mom, she had these stories of how to serve and serve it right and do it right.
Yeah.
This is what you have. You have to have this and you have to have that and
just
do this with that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, shout out to Ironroot Republic and the mama, like you said, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Great. We had a great time.
Yep. Agreed.
We didn't buy any, and plus we just belted out
because
there.
you had the shit, so we had to run.
No, we just ran anyways because these guys were like, hey, we got to go. Something's going on at the house. What was that all about?
Well, we just had to get the house ready. We had people come over. I had my pork butt I had to get ready, and it was good.
August 6th. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
We'll be right back.